Right. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, like Cassian's the theme song in the beginning.
The intro.
Like his yeah. I
Playing in the
forgot how it
background.
goes though. I just remembered liking it. I don't remember how it goes though. Dun dun dun
When
dun
you see like the
dun.
planet in the back.
Yeah, and then the like the rebellion sign. Like
Yes.
his
Yes.
name goes like that. And then the fucking planet or whatever.
What's the
I
sound that it
forgot the
makes?
song.
That's incredible. I love it. I love it. Well, there's no better way to start off the podcast than that with the intro to Andor.
The intro, bro, with that shit creaking.
Yeah, I feel so
Okay.
crazy with this.
You look amazing. You look like you're
All right.
ready to fight the Empire, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Hyperdrive, baby. We going to hyperdrive right now because we're gonna talk about
Andor
Andor. I
what?
think it's Andor.
Andor? Andor
I think
what?
it's
Is it?
Andor.
It's either
And
Andor
or
and or Andor.
Cassian Andor.
Cassian
Andor.
Andor. Now, before we jump into it, I guess a good place to start would be Rogue One. Now that I think of it, when was the last time you watched Rogue One?
Ooh, I haven't watched that shit in years, bro. I'm exaggerating, not years. Probably like I'm gonna say at least a year ago. I've watched, and I
Yeah,
think I've only watched it maybe two times.
same. I think I might have only watched it once.
And
What
yeah,
you think about it?
so the first time I watched it, I was like, okay. I wasn't like I was like, all right, this is a cool like side story, whatever. But I definitely enjoyed it more the second time.
You did mention that to me once. That does sound
Yeah, the
familiar.
second time I definitely enjoyed it way more. I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." Like they're showing like, how they gave the rebellion like the beacon and shit, like how they sent the signal, like they did all that shit just to fucking send that to them and shit, and like how they died was kind of cool and
Mhm.
shit, and all the characters were dope. I don't fucking remember any of the names.
I remember
In the Star Wars universe, all these
it's
fucking
hard,
characters have crazy ass names, so it's hard to
yeah.
remember. I know
Especially
these
characters
fucking
you've only met once who die
yeah.
immediately.
So
You don't
exactly.
get time to know
So
them.
so they are to me they're memorable, but their names aren't.
Okay, I remember Cassian a little bit. I remember
Yeah, I remember Cassian
the
definitely. The
the
chick,
the
I
the,
forgot
the
her name.
blind dude who uses the
The
force
Asian
or
dude.
relies on the force.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't remember liking it too much, but again, I only watched it once, and I was really excited to watch Rogue One after this, and then I didn't know that it was more than one season. So I'm like, oh damn, they're really going in with the story, which is hilarious. Because when they first announced Andor, or at least when I came across it, I had to laugh because this is a prequel to a prequel. You
Yeah,
know,
prequel
like,
to a prequel.
and it's like, how much
Yep.
origin do we need? But it's cool, like especially to
Yeah.
get thrown back into the Star Wars world and see it from a different perspective. Like you do that a little bit with Rogue One and a lot with the show.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Because
when they first my bad, didn't mean to cut you off, but like when they first
good.
announced this and like I was like, is this really necessary? Like, do we really need to know about a character that we know is gonna die and shit? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. At first I thought it was weird, like just the
It is.
whole premise of it. But obviously we're gonna get into it, but yeah, like obviously they convinced me after the show finished. Like I was like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, that's like at first. Well, I guess we could start talking about like I guess
Mhm.
the good and the bad. Um,
Let's do
for
it.
me, it took me a little bit to get into it, and I was telling you
Yeah.
this. I could not. I was having trouble watching that show. There was very little pulling me back in. Like
Yeah.
I mainly finished that show because of this podcast. So I'm
Mm.
like, I gotta know where this is going. That was my motivation. But as I got to the end, I liked it more. I liked Cassian more. I was pulled in more into the story and just appreciating the little things that they're able to do. Again, being able to see the Empire, but the Empire isn't just Darth Vader and Darth Sidious and the stormtroopers. It's the bureaucracy, the local cops, the
Hmm.
the prison systems. Like it's dope being able to get that perspective. And then just with that over looming Star Wars world aspect of it makes it even more amazing because all of that is out there. So it's
Hmm.
cool to be able to again see it from a different character who's not a Jedi, who's not a Mandalorian. It's just a dude.
Yeah, I think and what's interesting too is just like this is probably like the first show that you don't see a lightsaber.
Yeah. Well, I will say there was one lightsaber in the whole show,
It
and
was a Lutheran ship.
Luthen ship,
Yeah, that
Luthen
one
ship.
big ass fucking lightsaber, bro.
Yeah, have people made that joke? I haven't come across it, and I
I don't know.
remember
I don't
seeing that
think
and
so.
laughing to myself. I'm like, I thought they said there was no lightsabers in this because to me that was a
Yeah,
fucking
that was definitely
lightsaber
a
moment,
lightsaber.
bro.
Yeah,
That's what I
I don't
see it
know,
as.
and like honestly, I don't know if those were like if those were like really lightsabers or they were just like fucking like
A
actual
beam.
lasers, a
Yeah, it's
beam.
probably
I
just
don't know, but
lasers.
obviously you see that as a Star Wars fan, you're like, all right, those are fucking lightsabers.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Like it might not be the same
um,
technology. It might not use the
but
crystals. It might just be a
listen,
laser. But to me, it had the effect where there was a thing that was there, some robotic thing, and they fucking cut it in half with a laser beam. To me, that
yep,
was a lightsaber moment without saying, "Hey, this is not a lightsaber. This is not
yeah, it's
Jedi."
not. Yeah, I mean,
I
listen, I
love it.
love that scene. I thought that scene
Yeah,
was dope.
great. That was
His
good,
whole
man. He's a cool
escape.
character.
Yeah,
That was a
like
good, good action
we
scene.
could get into the characters now. Like, um, yeah, I think one of my favorite, uh, like, I guess things of the show are the characters. Like, I thought
Mhm.
Cassian was like this fucking ruthless. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm trying to
Yeah,
escape.
yeah. Looking
This
out for number
dude,
one.
this dude owes everyone money. Like, it's so funny. Like, he's just trying to escape. He's like a of actual fugitive, and like they show that in the beginning of the show, and like his the progression of his character in the show is dope too. Um, his I don't know if it's like his girl or whatever, his with a childhood friend, Bix. I
Yep.
thought she was kind of cool too. Even though like she just like kind of disappeared because they were like torturing her towards the end.
Yeah, that was a
But
fucked
yeah,
up
that
torture
was
scene, man.
crazy.
That
Yeah,
was really
yeah,
clever. To just explain it
word.
now while we're on the topic is the fucking
Mhm.
hearing the screaming of children,
Yeah,
aliens,
how they
oh, like
just
over
like
and over.
amplified it to like that was
Gotta
crazy,
fuck with you.
crazy.
Gotta fuck with you.
Yeah, like and I guess they were doing that to her for hours, so I'm sure that fucked with her. But like, yeah, her character
Other
was dope. Of
characters, yeah.
course, Luthen. Luthen was like,
Luthen, I think that's when he was introduced into the show, when he was
yeah,
when they were in that like warehouse place when they
hmm,
first meet. That's when I'm like, all right, boom. That's really what pulled me in. That's not like till end of the episode 2, episode 3.
yeah,
Where it's like, oh shit, now there's these ties between people, now there's these connections being built, and he's just a cool character, great actor. So
yep.
it was great to be able to see that. Like that was what got me hyped. And then had to get built
And
up again.
what's cool was like his double life. Like this man
Yeah.
is literally like living
I
this
love
double
it.
life and like with his
I
wig
love
and
it.
like how
The
he
wig
was
is so
rehearsing
good.
in the fucking ship.
Oh,
Ah man, so good. I love that man. I
yeah.
thought he did amazing. He was
Very
definitely one of
clever.
my faves in the show.
Yeah. That makes you like the
Uh
actor more because you get to see his range. Not like, oh, he's
yeah,
good actor
yep.
because he's playing both these characters. One of the characters, like there's complete opposites. One is this
Polar
fucking
opposites,
cutthroat. Yeah,
bro.
he's fucking sociopath. He's fucking
Yeah,
blackmails that
yep,
dude, so he keeps working
yep.
for them because he needs him on the inside. He doesn't give a fuck about that guy's family. He doesn't
Mm.
fuck about anybody. He says it. And then the other guy's like his fucking fluffy ass hair, man,
Yeah,
happy trying to
this
sell rich
salesman
people shit.
where he's like loves
So
art and
funny.
shit. Oh my
So
god, I
funny.
love
I
that.
love it.
Yeah,
Um,
Luthen was definitely dope. I loved his character.
this dude from the prison, Andy Circus,
Oh
the
yeah, no, I wrote down his name. I think it's fuck, what is it? Is it
the
I
actor or the
did not.
character's name?
The character's name. Tino
Yeah, I don't
Lloyd.
know.
Keno Lloyd.
Keno Lloyd. Yo,
Keno
he's
Lloyd. You see
such
how
an
you gonna
incredible
remember these
fucking
fucking
actor.
names, bro?
And I don't even try.
You can't.
I don't even try. I don't even try. It's like
You
whatever.
can't.
I know the face. We get it. You lose some stuff,
Yeah,
but it's all
like
right.
it's
There's still enough to pay
crazy.
attention to. But he
Crazy.
did great, man. And his skill, his like you get to meet this guy, and he's such a fucking like he runs shit. He's a
Yep.
fucking badass. You know what I mean? Even though
Yeah.
he's in that shit and he's whatever, he's crucial for them escaping, of course. The moment that we lose him because he can't
Oh, I
swim.
can't swim.
Oh my god. Oh
Yo,
man,
I
that
thought
was
that was
beautiful.
ridiculous, but I
Very
loved it. I
funny.
was like, "Are you serious?" Like I felt like that was their way of like, "All right, we can't afford this dude anymore. Like,
For real, we gotta get
we
fucking
gotta
rid
get
of
rid
this
of this
guy.
actor, man. Let's
Yeah,
find
and
a
it's just a way
way."
for him to split
It's
off.
so
You know.
simple. It's so simple, yo. But
Yep.
I felt like it worked too because he's gonna die if he
Yep.
fucking
And
jumps in
it's
this water.
and so most likely he gets caught again. So
Yeah.
maybe
Yep.
they can bring him back either way. Like he made it through the water or he's in jail, whatever.
Yeah.
He's open to
Hmm.
that, but you still can't help but feel emotional. Like, damn,
Yeah, I know,
I really
man.
like this guy. I wanted to win for him. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. Yeah,
so
and
it
his
was
like and
cleverly done.
his little like I guess his arc in the show is cool too because he's just like he's like you said like he's in charge like he doesn't fuck around he's just like yo do your
Hmm.
job make sure you're doing it that's it
Hmm.
like do not fucking talk to me and the way like Andor convinced him and he's thinking about it like overnight he's like fuck yo
Oh, good.
like we gotta escape this shit like this is real
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they really killing people
Hmm.
so
And the old guy
it's
dies when he
yo
heard him.
I don't know if you remember his speech.
He had good speeches, but which speech?
The speech when he's in the microphone and well like the intercom and like everyone can
Yeah,
hear it. This is when everyone's like running and like
yeah,
escaping
yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
In the chaos
And
of it,
he's
yes.
like, "There's only one way out." Like he says some shit like that. Yo, I was fucking hyped. That
Yeah,
episode was
yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
bro. That
yeah,
whole
yeah,
prison
yeah.
break was
Yeah. I'm
nuts.
happy that they
I
did the
loved
prison
it.
thing. It's so funny
Yeah.
that like it was clever too because we're gonna be all over the place as we talk about it, but
Yeah.
this is after Andor and the group they get away with that heist, right? Fuck with the
Yeah, we're
Empire.
like
He comes
jumping
back. He's
fucking
good.
episode to episode. Yeah,
It's
so
cool though,
let's
because
yeah, we got hype.
yeah,
We're
yeah,
going
no,
back to
but
the heist. We're going back to the heist.
we're gonna jump around. But what the one thing I want to point out right now is the fact that he goes through this fucking impossible heist with
Hmm.
the most powerful force in the fucking galaxy, gets away with it, and then gets arrested walking on the beach.
That
You know what I
was
mean? So
crazy.
I love, and that's why I want to connect it to the prison because I love the prison scene. That really got me.
Oh my
Like I was
god,
very entertained by
so
that.
good.
I don't know what it was. Them fucking having to do this fucking menial fucking work that you find out
Yeah.
eventually
Yep.
what the pieces are for. Which thank God that they did
Hmm.
that because I was like, oh, dope. I like that.
Yeah.
Um, but now he's in fucking jail. Like he got away with
That was
it,
a
but he
gym.
didn't get away with it, but for some other reason. So that was fun.
Just fucking walking on the beach, bro.
Walking on the beach.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That was crazy. But yeah, back to the fucking heist. Like that was probably my favorite episode. I
Yeah.
I thought that fucking episode was crazy. Oh
Yeah,
my god. Just
that's
like that
probably
whole
the
heist
biggest
and like
moment, the whole climax
them
for sure.
yeah, oh my god, like I was just like, how are they gonna pull this shit off? Because they're showing before the heist, like them scoping out
Hmm.
uh and them showing like where how the garrison works, like how much security is on this fucking garrison, whatever it is. And like them what is it um like what's that tribe? I forgot the tribe's name.
I forgot the name, but I know you're talking
Yeah,
about the
but you
people
know
that
what I'm
wanted
talking
to
about,
see.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
them, like making sure they're good, like, and I'm trying to remember, like the general was saying, like, uh, this was the beginning. This was like maybe an episode before the heist, but he was basically saying how like how stupid the tribe is. I don't know if you remember that shit.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah, these
yeah,
people
yeah,
like
yeah, the general.
they don't know what the fuck they're
Yep.
doing. Like we're feeding them, we're giving them whatever, but like they don't
And
care about them.
then they like there was something that they did where they made them come to them, and then the
Yeah.
group just keeps getting smaller, and they're
Yep.
setting up places to get them distracted so
Yeah.
that they leave the
Mhm.
tribe and they go whatever to a whorehouse or whatever it was that he was
Mhm.
tempting them with. It's like, yeah, the guy is fucking evil. And what was it? He was just taking the land from them? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like they were just like claiming fucking like territories and shit.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
like
yeah.
taking it from them. So I think that's what it was. They would just make like just taking their settlements and shit, which was
Mm-hmm.
crazy. But yeah, that episode was crazy, bro. Like
So
so
good.
good.
That,
So
and
good,
again,
man.
this was another big moment for me to like pull me into the show where it's like, all right, this is the shit that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? It's this
Yeah, yep.
fucking espionage, break in,
Hmm.
fucking Ocean's 11 type
Yep.
fucking break in. I love stuff like that. So that was
Me
entertaining.
too, man.
Um, and then you do get to see a lot of Andor's speciality in this, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what
Hmm.
he said he did. That's how he got the original expensive piece, was by just
Yeah.
sneaking in. So them doing that and then just being psychopaths, like threatening to kill his fucking family. Like, even though they're not, one of them was fucking evil, right? One of them was ready to, the fucking guy who was trying to steal shit later,
Um.
right? I think he was ready to kill people.
Yeah, he was the guy that Andor
The guy
eventually
that
kills, right?
killed, yeah, because he
On
said
the
he was going
other
to steal the gold
planet.
with him. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. After they got away, I think him. But that was a cool group. Those
Yep.
characters that I like there. There was that
A
nerd
lot of cool
who
characters.
was
Yeah,
writing a
who ends up
manifesto.
yeah.
Like he's trying to find like the future government. I like
Yep.
characters like that too. It's like just
Yeah.
quirky. It's smart. Just that the because he brings up a good point. That is an aspect of all this. It's not just about the rebellion and overthrowing the empire. It's also the world you're going to rebuild into.
Hmm.
So it's cool to see the beginnings of it, right?
Yeah,
Because I'm
they needed
assuming,
someone like that in the group, who's just
yeah,
like who's not only thinking about, the money and shit. He's thinking about like after,
yes,
like what
yeah.
like the consequences like they're gonna deal with
Mhm.
and shit, like everyone as a society and shit. So
People who are
like
bought in.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
Andor
So
wasn't bought in. He was
nah,
literally just there for the money and all that
yep,
shit.
yeah, he didn't
Mhm.
give a shit. So that was dope.
Well, allegedly, because I feel like he was. That's why he joined Luthen in the beginning. Do you remember how Luthen convinced him? I feel like he convinced him by getting
Um,
him like, yeah, we're gonna fuck the Empire together. Or did he offer him? It was
yeah,
just money.
that's basically what it was. Like he convinced them in the warehouse, like
Mhm.
which the episode was cool too. Like the whole chase, like them chasing
Yep.
Luthen and Andor and shit. That was fucking crazy.
With
But
the fucking
yeah,
things falling
yeah,
from
with the things
the
falling
ceiling,
and
the
shit, that was
stone,
crazy.
everything's breaking up. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, that was really dope.
But yeah, I think
Shootout.
he basically convinces him by like telling him like, yeah, I'm like, we're gonna fucking take the Empire down and shit. So
Yeah,
he
so I
was
think
like,
that was
fuck
him
it.
fronting to the team.
Yeah,
Like he was fronting and making it seem like, no, I only care about the money. Because he does have
yeah.
like some like commitment issues
Hmm.
and you know and that's one thing, looking back in the beginning, and this is maybe what was making it so hard to like get pulled into the show, because there was a lot going on. They were giving you his past. Like he was a kid in that
Yeah.
tribe
In
and
the
that
tribe.
that fucking planet. So we don't really know. We don't know any of that shit. We just know the name of the place, that he had like a
Yeah,
sister there
really
or some
don't.
shit.
They
So
they
that's gonna
mentioned
explain a lot of his personality and a lot of his like complexes, like why
yeah,
he's
I
the way
think
he is.
trying to remember like they explained the backstory of like what they were building in that planet. I said Cabo.
I'm here.
You hear me? Okay, you
Yeah,
good?
yeah. You
Did
just
you hear
froze for a
me?
sec. I can hear you. Yeah, yeah. You just froze. Your
Uh
face froze, but you're good.
did you
Yeah,
did
yeah. No, that they were building on his planet where he grew up.
yeah, like where when he was younger, like they were building. I forgot. I wish I remember what it was, but they were building something for the Empire. It was like a
Maybe a
wall, not a
factory for the
wall, but
Death
like a
Star.
yeah. It was something like that.
Because
So
now we're seeing that too. Because it would make sense, and it should have been obvious that the thing that they were building in the prison was for the Death Star, because
yeah.
that's what this whole story is leading towards. It's the plans to
Mm-hmm.
the Death Star. So like now it's almost explaining how these characters got tied in to the Death Star, and it's starting now essentially. So
Yeah.
probably the same thing that was built on his home planet that like displaced them and all the problems that they
Hmm.
created for him while he had to leave probably goes back to the Death Star. It's probably just
Yeah.
another factory where they're building a piece because that piece that they fucking built for the Death Star, it was like
These
there was
little
millions
ass
of them.
pieces. Yeah,
Yeah.
millions.
So like when you think about it, it's like how many of these things must there be to
Yeah,
build this
bro.
fucking thing?
Millions.
Because what about the
Millions.
glass that was being put over it or the fucking
Yeah,
whatever? Like,
all that shit. Yep.
so I'm gonna imagine that would be a good place to go with it. Like have him build even more resentment because this Death Star not only was what got him locked up to fuck because that's really what it was. It was corrupt. They're just pulling in workers
Yep.
because they're cheaper than
Hmm.
droids, they said. But it also was what sent him away from his planet, what caused a lot of problems for him as a kid, which separated him from his tribe because we don't really know many people from his tribe, right?
No. This is like
So
this is like the first time we heard about the tribe too. Like I
yeah.
never.
In the yeah, for sure we haven't heard anything. And then they mentioned the sister. When I was
Yeah,
watching the
so
recap,
that
his sister's there, but we don't meet his sister
we
as an
never
adult,
meet his
right?
sister.
Okay, I
So
didn't know
it's
if that
it's
went over my head or
possible she's
something.
still out there. I
It's
don't think
possible she's a
they,
character we met. I don't know. I don't think
or
so.
maybe too, yeah, like they don't really
We don't know.
confirm like her if she's dead or not. That was like the beginning of the show. How he heard about some chick that worked at the bar. Um or I don't
Yes.
know if it was like a bar, brothel, whatever it was, but
Hmm.
he heard that there was a girl that was on the same planet as he was, and he's assuming that it's his sister. So we don't really know if she's alive. So
Yeah.
we might see her like later on.
Most
Who knows?
likely, because they're bringing this up for a reason, right? It
Yeah.
is it is essentially what starts off his story. That's what sends him into the alleyway. That's how he kills the guy. He has to kill the
Hmm.
second guy. That he has to go on the run, and that just builds up to him needing to escape, and now fucking helping these dudes break into what was that
Yeah.
place? It was
The,
a base. It was
yeah,
just
it was just
a
like a,
bank.
a a fort basically, like just like
Yeah,
where they keep I think most of like their like money.
yeah.
Empire's money, yeah.
Mhm.
Where they keep most of it. It's like one of the garrisons or whatever. But
Okay.
um
Yeah, that was cool. And it was great again watching them get in there and all the fucking it's just again Ocean's 11 is
dude,
all I gotta say.
so dope. So
Then
dope.
you have the big gunfight. And then we're losing characters. And it's like, wait,
Yeah,
fuck,
yep.
I wasn't ready for that. I thought these characters were gonna be like hang
Yup.
around for a little bit. I'm like, fuck, they're killing these characters. So that was cool. Literally just left him and the girl at the end. Or
Yeah, they
the two
bounce.
girls. The two girls.
Two girls, yep.
The two girls.
And the black the
One guy
the, the
got shot
black
in there.
guy.
One guy, yeah, the black guy got shot inside. One
Yep.
of them is still working there, right? The inside dude.
Yeah, the one of the generals or commanders,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. The
Yeah.
guy who's on the inside helping them out, he's
Yep.
still there.
Mm-hmm.
Their black guy team dies inside where they were pulling the
Yep.
gold. The nerdy dude dies in the
By
plane because
getting
they needed
crushed.
him.
Yo, bro. That was crazy. I honestly was shocked that he died because I thought he was gonna stick around for a while.
Same here.
I was
I
like,
thought they were gonna go towards him,
yo, what? This is crazy, bro.
especially during that escape, because that was
Yeah.
the tribe was looking for that celestial fucking event, whatever that was. It was like
Yeah.
comets, I guess, flying through the atmosphere. I don't know if they
Yeah,
ever
it
went
was
into
like that
detail of it.
happens like
That's
once
what it looked like.
every certain time where that happens and like they worship that, the tribe and shit.
Yeah.
So
So it looked like
yeah.
comets going through the atmosphere and it made
Yep.
all this fun colors. So they were going through that. So not only was
Dude,
that
that
beautiful, but
scene
it was
was
epic, bro. It was like
perfect. Perfect. That scene was
terrifying. It,
perfect, bro.
it reminds
With the
me of
music
like,
and shit, that shit was so epic, bro. Oh my god.
yep, yep. It's also like
So
a
good.
quick callback to A New Hope when they're going through the asteroid field.
Yeah.
Right? It's a
Yep.
similar idea,
It's
right? You gotta
similar, yeah.
fucking dodge shit in a spaceship.
Hmm.
That's what we're doing. We're
Yep.
dodging rocks. We're gonna die if we don't. So that was dope. And he was
So
using
good.
that device. That's why they needed him to survive. So he can fucking measure through that
Yeah.
thing. But
Hmm.
and then he dies after that. And then he has to fucking when he has to kill the guy. He just kills the guy because he's pissed.
Yeah, he's
Because
just
the guy
pissed. And
offers
that's
to
what I like
steal.
about Cassian too. Like,
Yeah.
and that they kind of stay true to his character because he's like that in Rogue One, where he doesn't even think, he just fucking kills you. Like he's ruthless in Rogue One, So I like that, they continue with that where he's not like
Yeah.
hesitant. Like they show in the first episode when he kills the two fucking officers. He don't even care. He's
Yeah.
just like pop pop.
He's been on the run for his whole life. That's the
Yeah.
whole idea. So it's like he doesn't talk about where he's from. I'm assuming that's not his real name. Shit like that.
Yeah, it
So
might not
like,
be. Yeah.
yeah. So that's the idea. Is his whole life is like that. So he can't play that game. There's
Mm-mm.
probably gonna be a fucking prequel to this shit.
Yeah.
He's like he's fucking when he's younger and he
Yo,
almost gets caught
his
and then he ends like,
father.
yo, I can't. His father, yeah. I can go on forever with this shit. Um,
Word,
but
yo.
that leads to that. So they get away from the garrison. He gets fucking arrested at the beach. I love it.
That was
I need to fucking
crazy.
go there, by the way. That scene
That
that was
be
recorded in the
yo,
UK. That's in
really?
England. Yeah, I didn't right. That didn't feel like that. I had to look that
What?
shit up, and it was UK. We out, bro. That shit looks dope.
That's
The stairs
beautiful.
on the beach. That
Yeah,
was
it's so
gorgeous.
cool.
Yeah, we just got to dress up like that. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
bring
dress
my.
up like that. Yup.
um,
Yeah, it was dope.
then he goes to the jail, and then we pretty much went through
Jail.
that, right?
Yep.
Did we do a good job of capping that, of recapping that?
Yeah, I think
Gets in there, he
so.
gets introduced. He's got to get stuck into the work cycle. He gets good at it quick because they
Yep.
just fucking flash forward a month, which is crazy, right?
And it was
And
kind of
then
cool, like seeing them build it too, like all the
I
noises and
enjoyed
shit,
it.
like
Uh,
like it was cool, like how just watching them do that shit.
yeah, I was cracking up on how
That
much
was
I was
dope.
enjoying that because I'm
Yeah,
like,
it was so weird.
because I
I
was
was like,
talking
this
shit
is
about the
satisfying.
show, and then I'm like, why do I like this? I'm like,
Yeah, I
what the
like
fuck is
this.
wrong with me?
Yeah, it's so funny.
But it's
And
cool,
then that
especially the
shit,
system.
that whole time he's in prison, that was like 3 episodes. I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes of
Yeah, it
him
was
in
something
prison.
like that. No more than three. Yeah,
Right? Was it
at least two, maybe three,
maybe
maybe even
three? And
more.
just like every episode, he's just building shit. Like that shit. There was
And
there was probably one episode where they're doing
and
it for like straight 10 minutes. Them just fucking building. I'm just like, this is great. I love
yeah,
this.
how much footage of that? Yeah, and then the entire time he's trying to escape. He's asking
Yeah.
questions. He's creating
Yep.
relationships. You see him like because you kind of just know like he just jumps into a conversation with some dude and he's like,
Yep.
oh, they've been trying to escape.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking with the thing in the bathroom. They're setting everything up, and they were just waiting on Andy Serkis's character to get on board. Once they got
Yeah.
that, it was good because the old guy died. Then they get
Yep.
out. He swims. He comes
Yeah, they get
across
out,
those
they do the
fucking
whole escape. That was cool,
Mhm.
by the way. Like their defense, like
The
system
floor.
where like the floor and
That
shit.
was
That was
cool.
dope.
Yeah,
That was
I
so
don't think
cool. I like that.
I don't know if that reminds you of anything. But that was
I don't know
cool
if
because
it
yeah, you
does
see the
either. Yeah,
shoes
I
in the
like that
beginning,
idea.
and you're like,
Yeah,
what the fuck's the
yeah. They have
shoes?
like brolic fucking boots.
Some Nikes, bro. Some
Those
fucking
look like, you know what
futuristic
those
shits.
look like? The fucking the Super Mario boots from the first movie.
Wow. That's fucking
Yo,
exactly what those are,
right? It
yo.
literally looks just like that, bro.
Wow. That's a fucking throwback.
Yo,
That
fact.
I'm gonna fucking put that shit right here. I'm adding that shit to the video. Make
Yeah.
sure I don't forget that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
that
yeah,
brought me
that
back.
that literally reminded me of that. So
Yeah,
good.
that was cool. And they were like fucking them up, taking the guns. You see that room where they're
Yep.
all hiding in it. They didn't want to fuck with them.
Yeah,
Great.
all the
Yeah,
fucking guards were in that room.
yeah.
Man, so good, bro. So good.
And we'll go on to what happens after that, but we haven't really gone into the other side of the story because there is also at the same time, and this is what makes shows like this tough to jump right into because there's a lot of characters, the Empire characters, like the
Yep.
fucking skinny nerdy dude, the mama's
The
boy.
the the political side of this fucking show,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
bro,
very
this
political,
I
very
like the first, I think the second episode, I'm just like, oh, okay, like this is Star Wars for adults. Like this isn't for
yeah,
kids. The
way
show isn't for
darker,
kids,
yeah,
bro.
and like
This shit is like they just show like how corrupt the empire is and like
yeah,
and I feel like this show kind of I feel like out of all the movies, out of the trilogies and shit, I feel like this is the first time where I'm like scared of the empire. Like, yo, this
wow,
yeah. Like I feel like the empire in this fucking show, they do not fuck around. Like
it's
they're
true. That
literally like
torture scene,
Nazis,
yeah,
bro. Like,
yeah,
yeah, they show
they
like the
are, yeah.
torture scene. They show like
Yeah.
they don't ask questions. They just shoot you right on the spot. They just take people. Like,
It's a good
bro, it
point.
was. I feel like this is the
because
first time I'm just like, wow, like they're showing like this really how ruthless the Empire could be. And I feel like they try to do that in the movies where it's like, oh, we have Darth Vader, we have the Sith, but it's just like the Empire, like itself, like with the troopers and like the just the bureaucracy, like these people are terrifying. Like they don't give a fuck. They're just like they're gonna find their way to like kill you no matter what.
yeah, and the movies are definitely sillier. You
Definitely
get
sillier,
like
yeah.
those, yeah, you'll get those scenes of like the generals and so on sitting around the table, like that scene where Darth Vader chokes him
Yeah.
out. Like you get that
Hmm.
end of the politics. But you said it, like they're Nazis, and that's the idea from the jump,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Stormtroopers, that's a Nazi word. Darth Vader,
Yep.
the helmet, the same shape and all that stuff, the uniforms. There is a scene in New Hope where they torture Leia, but you don't really
Yeah.
get any context at all. It's that medical droid, that big black medical droid with
Yeah.
the
I remember that. Yep.
needles.
Yep.
That's all you get. That's the torture scene. So that's supposed to scare you, but it does not scare you as much as we're gonna put these fucking
No.
headphones on you for
Yep.
hours and we're gonna fucking force feed you the sound of screaming alien
Yeah.
children. So
Bro.
it's like you're getting more Nazi-ish with them because
Dude,
you have the ability
crazy.
to do that. This is not as much for
Hmm.
kids, so they can go a little darker because that's
Yeah.
really what they are. And with the movies, because they're also um, pointed at kids, um,
Hmm.
you can't really go into that much detail of how evil these
No.
people are. So that's
Mm-mm.
and that's a big aspect of it. You're totally right. They're way scarier now.
Yeah, dude. I was just like, wow, like the Empire's they're
Yeah.
not they're not messing around in this show. So I thought that was dope. I love that.
Mm.
Um what's her? I forgot the chick. Of course, I'm gonna
The
forget the
blonde
chick's
chick.
name. I think it's like Deji something, but she was cool. I liked her a lot
Blonde.
too.
I really like her.
Yeah, I
I don't
liked
know
her
who
too.
she reminds me of another character from another show. But yeah, she's a badass, doesn't fucking play
Yep.
games. Like
Like
she's
she
holding
worked her
her
way
ground.
up. She's just like, nah, I'm gonna find this dude. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Hmm. And
So
and oh, maybe it is Cersei that she reminds me of a little bit from Game of Thrones. Maybe a little bit.
okay.
Um, because I was just gonna bring that up because again, on that side of the story with the Empire and the politics and all that, there is this like struggle for power. You like
Hmm.
someone told her like be careful. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna be
Yeah.
fucking and like sticking your nose in this, watch out because there is
Hmm.
that shark game that's happening because everybody's trying to rise up, everybody's trying to be in the emperor's
Yep.
fucking favor, and this is how they work their way up. And it's great because
Like
we're
her
watching it
own
so
her
far.
own her own colleagues will go against her
For sure.
just to get power, just to reach for that power. So
Yeah,
and she I think
for
she
sure.
smiled when he I think it was I forgot who's well it was the old dude, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the main
The the
guy
the,
in
the one
in
that we've
the
seen already.
table.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think she
It
smiled
was him.
after.
It was
And
him.
she enjoyed that. She's like, "Oh, like I'm liking
Oh,
this."
okay. I can also see it like,
Yeah.
oh wow, this guy likes me because he's telling me to
Yeah.
watch out.
He's telling yep.
Yeah, because everybody's trying to
Yeah.
cover his ass. Because there's another guy, the guy he was warning her of, he's gonna get in
Yeah, the
trouble,
yep.
right? If she fucking exposes this flaw or
Mhm.
whatever. So everybody's like on edge, and some of them are fucking spies too. You got to
Yeah.
remember, like that dude, the kid that
The
works for
redhead dude.
Luthen. Yeah, like these motherfuckers they're looking out for their lives, and
Yep.
like there's all these holes in all these plans and so on. So everybody's able to point the
Mhm.
fucking finger. They had a Luthen and what's this dude's name? Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
Talked about the guy
Yep.
that they had to just let fucking get set up in the trap because like, oh, we
Yep.
can't expose
Gotta let him
ourselves.
do it. Mhm.
So good, and it's so fucking
Man.
dark. It's so evil. It's fucking
Yeah, it's
ruthless, but
crazy.
it's like it is war. This is,
Yeah.
and they say it. This is how you. He's like a hat. Oh God, he has that fucking line, bro, where he's like,
Who, who, who,
Luthen,
Luthen.
Luthen.
What? But what? When he's talking to this dude?
I think it's when he's talking to Forrest Whitaker. Maybe a little before. Maybe when he's talking to the kid in the
Because
elevator, where
he
he's
says something really cool to the kid before he like closes the door. He says something um like I don't see the sunlight. So he said something along those lines like I don't see the sunlight, so I do this for I'm
Oh,
fucking destroying
yeah, I know what line
this
you're talking about.
quote.
It's a different one.
I'm destroying this
He's
quote.
he's he's like it was something down the lines. I don't know. It probably was with sunlight. But it's something down the lines of I'm planting seeds for fruits that I'm not gonna get to enjoy. Like I'm never gonna get to see the light.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm
Yeah, it
trying to
was
bring it
something
out.
like
I'm
that.
up, but I'm never gonna see it
Mm-hmm.
because this is for the future. So he
Yeah.
does say that, and he also gets this line where he says, like I'm cursed knowing that my enemies are evil and what they do is evil, but I have to use the tactics of my enemies to beat my enemies. So he's doing that. He's acting like a villain. He's
Yeah.
not doing the hero way where it's like, no, we can't hurt anybody.
Yeah, he's doing what
The
the
hero.
Empire's doing.
Yeah, it's so good
So
because
good. So good,
because
man.
every hero when they're coming across the villain takes some sort of innocent people, and it's like, all right, well, you got to either give this up or we're gonna kill this person, and they have to just do it. And they're just like,
Yeah.
fine, because they're
Yep.
heroic and they're good. He's not playing by those rules. He doesn't
At
give a
all.
fuck who needs to
At
die. He
all.
knows that the empire needs to go down, and that's war. You know what I mean?
I'm
And
gonna
it's
find
cool to
that
see
shit.
that. The quote,
I'm gonna find why that's so weird. Your computer
but
network?
he
Whatever.
for sure
Continue.
for me, I would say he's my favorite character. The more I think about it, because the lines that he says are incredible.
So good,
Um,
man.
I do enjoy the Mama's Boy where he
The
loses his
mama's.
job
Oh
because
yeah.
he was
His
going
name
after
is like
Cassian.
fucking. His name is like Cereal or some shit. He has a crazy
Is it?
name. I liked
He's
him.
serial.
He was interesting because like he was kind of the same as the girl, as the chick in the Empire, where
Yes,
he's like, I'm
that's
gonna
why they
do
like
whatever
each
it
other.
takes. Yeah, this is what I'm
Yeah,
gonna do. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to find Andor. I don't care. And ends up, biting him in the ass because he gets in trouble, right? Like at the
he loses his job because
when
of it because he's trying to go after him
when they're on Ferrix, I think, right? Is that when he gets in trouble? When on the
on
planet, on Andor's planet,
Andor's plan. That's
like
why he gets in
when he's
trouble because
chased
he's
when
yeah because he's trying to get Andor, and then I think people die or some shit, and then his boss gets tight and
yeah
fires him. Um, but yeah, I like him even though he's a villain. He's this weaselly character, right?
yeah
Who's just like he's gonna get in fucking Andor's way, and
mm-hmm.
it's like he's a teacher's pet a little bit.
Yeah,
Like
that
it
too.
all makes
Yep.
sense when you find out he's a mama's boy.
And
Um,
him and the chick, I feel like it's like a weird kind of romance too.
they kiss right
Right?
in
I
that
think they
room.
do. I think they
Yeah,
do
they
kiss,
kiss.
right?
They do.
Yeah.
He saves her. He sees her back on that planet, I think
Yeah,
on
that's
Ferrix.
right.
When
Yep.
the rebellion happens, we'll go
Yeah.
into that in a little bit.
At the
But
parade, right?
he
Was
saves
that?
her. Yeah,
Yeah.
the funeral. He
Mm.
pulls her in, and
The
I believe they
parade.
kiss because he's definitely like likes her. He wants her help, but he does
Yeah.
admire her. So that's why he's
Mhm.
stalking her in this shit. And again, he's also obsessed with Andor because he's that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. He's this Weasley villainous character, but he's just trying to do his job and he wants to do his
Yeah.
job good. He found somebody dangerous. He knows that he needs to be stopped, and he wants justice. This
And
guy
he's
needs to
almost
become it.
there. And he's almost there. Like he
Yeah,
knows. He
he
knows
keeps
what
almost
Andor's
getting him,
gonna do. Yeah, and he's just like right there with Andor.
but then he
And I think
can't
he
because if he
sees,
does
yeah, he
anything,
can't.
he's gonna
Yep.
lose a job or get arrested, like all that shit. And it's cool to like see that like hierarchy because it's him, it's the blonde chick trying to do her right thing too, and then all the
Yep.
fucking inner mechanisms of all these generals and commanders or whatever, like again, just
Hmm.
trying to fucking fall all the way to the top, so no matter who
I
they
found
walk over.
Luthen's. I didn't mean to cut you off. I found
No,
Luthen's
go ahead.
tweet. What is my sacrifice? No, yes. What is my sacrifice? I'm condemned to use the
Yes.
tools of my enemies to defeat them. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make a sunrise that I know I'll never see. Oh my God. That gave me chills, bro.
Diablo. Yeah, I gotta
Woo!
chill on that one. That's a
And the
fire
and
line,
the
bro.
so good.
Oh
And
shit.
the ego that started this fight will never have a mirror or an audience or the light of gratitude. So what do I sacrifice? Everything. Wow.
He fucking closes the elevator.
This man's incredible, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to see
He's
more of
right.
this man.
And he's right because he's like, yo, we invested too much in you to fucking to let you go. And it's like, we don't care if you
Yep.
get to spend time with your kid because this is more important.
This is more
He
important. This is
knows.
the
He
future,
knows it
baby.
sucks.
That's it.
Yeah, he knows it's not fair.
And he knows he's
But
gonna die.
yeah,
That's what
this
it's. He
war.
just knows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
this
have
war,
to
bro.
stop the empire. Right? They enslaved the fucking galaxy. People are dying. People are getting, like, we have to stop this. And the longer the time
So
goes, the
good,
harder
man.
this gets. So
Yep.
it's cool because we always just think it's just the Jedi,
Yeah.
going against the
True.
Empire. You
And
have the
that's
rebellion and the
that's
ships and all that, but
and they embody that in in the show. Where it's just like it's not just the Jedi, fucking,
yeah,
trying to
random
take down
kids
the
are
Empire. Like,
involved.
look what the rebellion's doing. Like they're
Yeah,
showing it behind closed doors, and like same with this chick. We didn't even get to her too. Mothma.
I don't know any of the names, bro.
So the redhead chick. She ends up being the head of the rebellion.
Yes, yes.
How
This is the other
she was
political end
the
of it. She's the
congresswoman.
congresswoman.
Yeah,
Yes, from the
yeah.
yes,
So
yes. We haven't
like
got into her at all
yeah,
because
like she was.
she's a big part in the rebellion.
She
She's
ends
in
up
later
being
on in the
like
scene.
one of
Yeah,
the captains or like leaders, whatever, of the
yeah, yeah,
rebellion.
for
So
sure.
um I liked her character too. I thought it was dope.
Yeah,
Like,
she's great,
she
especially because
and her
she's from you
husband.
know her. You root for her immediately because you
Yeah,
know
yep.
that she has this pivotal role and all that. And then you
Yeah.
get to see a little bit of the government political stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
the because that room, the same room that Darth Sidious fought Yoda in, you
Yeah.
get to go back there again, which is like
Yep.
I don't think I've seen that room later than Episode 3. So it's cool to see that room again. Like, yeah, they still kept that core of the government,
Yeah.
right? They still meet together.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just Sidious in a room. Like they still have the
Right,
illusion
right.
that these people have a say in the galaxy, and it's just great. Also seeing that even those people don't trust it and a rebellion. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was dope. And like towards the end too, uh where the Empire is like starting to notice like suspicious like activity going on in her account because she's like sending mad money to the
Yes,
rebellion,
yes, yes.
and she needs help from that crime lord, crime boss, whatever. I don't know if you remember him at the
The
end.
the the one that she used to know.
They
There's
I
a guy that there's a guy
not
that
the
like
old guy, not the old guy. His her you're talking about her friend, like her childhood friend.
yes,
So I don't know if you remember the end where the childhood friend is advising her to meet with the dude. He ends up coming at the end to her crib, and he's saying like, "Yo, like I don't want anything else. All I want is for your daughter to meet my son."
yes, yes, yes. I remember that. I
And
remember that.
that gets into like the Game of Thrones kind of thing where
Yep,
it's just like, yo, he wants families to
the
be
marriage.
together. He's trying to get into the like this whole, this side where
That's a big
he's a
theme for her.
corrupt crime lord and
Yeah.
shit. So
Yeah, because you see it like right off the jump where she doesn't like her culture. Her culture is why she had to marry
yeah.
her husband at that young age. Her culture is what her daughter is getting pulled into
By the
now.
way, the husband, that man knows how to dress, man. I love his fucking outfits, bro.
Yeah, yeah, I know
Yo,
what you're talking
dude.
about.
Man,
Yo, just
he
give it
looks
like 10 or
so
20
cool.
years. That's what we're gonna be.
Yup.
We're gonna be all dressing like that.
He was fucking
Yeah.
what he throw in his drink? It was like a little
Oh,
worm or some shit. And
yeah, that was part of their
that
that was
was
part of their
cool.
culture.
I
That's one
like
of the
that.
things that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep.
forgot what they said. There was a reason for it.
Hmm.
The reason that it's disgusting is the reason why they drink it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's a lot of what they talk about when she's on the screen. It's that race of humans,
Yeah.
culture, their marriage arrangements, and all that. So it all comes back to it at the end because now she has to marry her daughter to the guy because it is like what
Yep.
you're saying. It's marriage contracts in fucking Game
Hmm.
of Thrones because
Yep.
it's all about fucking power.
That's
Like, and
it.
this is
And
how
he's
they
just
get
getting
power. This is
he
what
wants
they.
to get into it.
Uh
He wants
huh.
to be involved somehow. So I was like, oh shit, like this is cool. Like he doesn't want money or anything. He just wants. And the
Yeah.
daughter was hyped. The daughter was
Because
happy.
because that's what she's being taught is
Yeah.
like what she should be doing. Getting
Yeah.
married early, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's funny. Um, and I think that was pretty much a lot of her interaction. She interacts with Luthen a lot.
Yeah.
She's a funder. She moves money
Yep.
around. She's
Hmm.
helping fund the rebellion. Um,
Yeah, I'm curious
who
how
else? Who are we
like and I'm
missing?
sure they're
Oh,
gonna
go on.
show it, but I'm curious how like how she ends up becoming head of rebellion. So that's gonna be
Yeah,
cool to see. Maybe they'll
yeah.
show
Because
that
at one
in the
point,
next season.
how many
So
seasons do you think it's going to be? By the way,
I don't know,
I don't
man.
know how long they can
I don't know.
stretch
I don't
this
know how.
shit,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
I
like
have no idea because it's like, how could they make this 3 or 4
how you
seasons? I didn't know how they could do this
yeah.
one
Oh,
season.
we and her cousin who's also
The girl who
the
was
chick.
part of the
Yeah.
fucking
Yep.
dude, that took me so long to freaking realize. I'm like, oh, that's right, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of gaps in between me watching
Yep.
it. So like,
Hmm.
and then I was like, yeah, whatever happens to that girl? And I'm like, oh, and then like I'm
And
like, oh, that's this
I don't
chick,
know if you
cousin.
remember. I don't know if they said it in the show, but like the other chick that she meets with.
The
I don't
Indian
know if you
chick,
remember that.
her
Yeah, she was
girlfriend.
like kind of hot. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, oh yeah,
not the Indian chick, even though she was pretty. But the it was like she's in the city and she meets with that chick. She has like long hair. I don't think she says her name, but she's part of another group. She's part of something higher where she's like, yo, you gotta kill Andor. She tells him to kill she tells her to kill
yeah.
Andor.
I remember that. I remember that. I don't remember
Yeah.
who the girl is, but I do remember that interaction. So she was gonna go do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep. Hmm.
Okay. And then yeah, that's wasn't that why the Indian girl was on that planet? Because she was like stalking
Yeah,
him, or
yeah,
something
she
was
was
happening.
watching Andor. Yep. Hmm.
Yeah. So that's probably what that was. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I guess they were still
Yeah, I don't know who they don't really
upset.
say who she works for.
It's probably the same rebellion. They're
Um
probably like, we gotta get rid of this guy
yeah.
because we
Hmm.
can't trust him. He has too much
Yeah.
information. He's not loyal to us.
Hmm.
Um, but that does bring us to that final thing, right? Because that was the last thing, was that spark of rebellion at the end during the funeral, right?
Yes, the funeral for
Yes.
Andor's
So
mom,
yes, his adopted mom.
his adopted mom. Which
She was the
that
one
was
that,
cool.
yes, that was
That
cool.
that
I
I
really,
like
that
how
was
they
a good way
showed
to.
how she found Andor. She was also like a rebel and shit, and
Yeah,
she ended up finding him. She ended up taking him. So that was cool to see. But yeah,
yeah, and
that.
you can essentially see like the spark of the of rebellion in Andor, right? Because he's being
Hmm.
raised by a rebel.
Yep.
She's a rebel to the end. She didn't want to leave. She stayed in the
Hmm.
house, died there, and her last final words, right, that she recorded so that they could be played after her death, was her inspiring rebellion.
Yep.
You know, so that was cool. It's cowardly.
That was
She
cool.
waits till after she's dead
Yeah,
to
she wait.
stand up and say something.
Yeah.
Yo,
She's
you have
like,
to
yo, I
rebel,
can't
but
fight, so y'all can fight for me.
yeah,
She's like,
I'm
yo, I'm
not doing
old.
it. We'll wait till I'm dead, so I don't have to suffer any of the
Yeah,
consequences
that's
of
so true, bro.
it.
She
We
was
can
like,
do
hell no, I'm
this.
not
Like, what do
fighting
you
for
mean,
this.
bitch? You
You
fucking
dead.
yeah, yeah. You got nothing to lose.
Yo, we
Um,
didn't even talk about the droid.
oh, it's funny
Yeah,
because
he was cool.
I love him. Yeah, every time I
Yeah.
imagine her, I kept picturing the droid the entire time we're talking.
He had
That
a cool
the
name too,
design was
didn't he?
so, yeah. Look at the
Yeah, the
name.
design
His
was dope.
design is dope. The color's dope. Like he's very much like he's a, what is it called? An astro droid, like R2D2.
B2
Um,
E B2 EMO. Oh, B2
B2,
MO. B2 man. B2 more.
B2MO.
B2E, but there's a way to say his name.
They I think they might give him a nickname. They might call him B2 or something.
But
Um,
he says his name. But like the way you spell it, it's B2EMO.
B2
But he
emo.
doesn't say that. He doesn't say
B2
like
emo.
B2. I guess it's B2.
I feel like that's what it is. I again, I can't even
B2.
remember anybody
B2.
else's names. B2.
B2.
But yeah, his design is so dope with the red. So
Yeah.
he's the
Hmm.
same type of droid as R2D2, but
Yeah.
very different design because he's square. He's like broken
Yep.
up into little pieces.
Yeah.
And then the red, you know.
Then he has like personality too, where he's just like
Yeah.
he loves Andor, he loves the mom. He's just like, yo, like where you going? I want to go. Will
It's
you
so
take me?
funny. That's such a common thing in Star Wars where the
Yeah.
characters with most personality are the fucking droids.
Yeah, the droid.
It's
Yep.
so weird, bro, because R2D2 and C3PO are fucking awesome characters. And then
Hmm.
in Rogue One, that the same big robots that the one that arrested Cassian, that
Yep.
one is like the best character in that in Rogue One.
Yeah.
This is like a
Hmm.
sassy
It's so
fucking
cool. Yep.
robot, so fun and
Yeah.
talks mad shit. So yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. And he's the one that's who plays the message, right? Again, reminiscent of
Yes. Yep.
Leia's you're our only hope,
Yeah. Your only hope.
hologram, again, sparking like motivation and so on. And that's where everything starts going bad. And it
Hmm.
was like one of those moments where it's like, oh god, it's like the Empire asked for this. Like the fact that they were shooting into the crowd, that they essentially fucked themselves over because they angered a group of people who were ready to rebel anyways. So they just were creating enemies already, right?
Yeah.
They see that
Right.
it's a funeral. They see that and it's funny that they didn't stop the message earlier. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. Like, why the fuck y'all
Hmm.
letting them play this shit? Like,
Yeah.
isn't it
Yeah. Let
supposed to
him.
be like? But they gotta let it play so that we can
Yeah.
hear those cool lines. It's a nice little
Yeah.
speech, and
Hmm.
I think that's the end of it, right? Like he gets out of there, he splits up from the group, he sends them on one ship, his
Hmm.
girl
Or he ends up confronting Luthen. I don't know if you remember that.
in
At
the
the
streets,
end,
was it?
he ends up finding Luthen, and
Yes,
he's
in the
like,
ship.
"Yo, like,
That is his final scene. Correct. That's when he
yeah,
leaves. So he sends his girl and the other group of people away, and then that's where he
yes,
goes is to
yes."
Luthen
And then he goes,
by
"Yep."
himself.
He goes to
Got it.
Luthen by himself. Yep.
And then
And he
now he's
confronts him.
essentially forcing him to let him work with him.
Yeah.
He's like, either I work with you or you have to kill yourself or
Or you
some shit
kill
like
me.
that.
Yeah.
Or you
Yeah. He
kill me
says,
or you kill
"Yeah.
me.
Either I work with you or you
Yes,
kill me." Hmm.
that's right. That's right. That's right. What else happens in between that? Because I'm trying to think of from
Um.
prison. I know he meets those two aliens. He somehow gets them on his side so that they take him back home, I guess. Remember when they get back from swimming, the guy fucking runs, he tries to hop in the
Oh,
ship.
that's
Like
right. That's right. They end up
they have like a
with
Spider-Man
the
fucking
net and
gun.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, that's true.
They capture him. And
And
I
I
think that's
think
the end of
they,
them.
yeah, that's it. We didn't see them anymore.
And he's just on the planet where he's going back to his mom,
Yep.
right?
He ends up going
Okay,
back to
goes
Ferrix,
yes.
because I think he finds out that she died. If I'm not mistaken,
Yes,
I
yes,
could be wrong.
from the dude on the radio, the guy who has the radio thing that
Yes,
yeah.
he ends up
Um
going,
and
and I think
then that's when the
I
whole
think,
funeral thing happens. That's when he
yep,
saves
the
his
whole funeral.
chick.
Hmm.
Um again everybody starts fucking shooting and going crazy. The mom's boy saves the blonde. Um I don't know if Forrest Whitaker, we never see him leave that planet, so
Nah,
he's
that's
not
it.
there.
Yeah,
Okay. And then Luthen's
no,
on Ferrix or no? No, he's
he's
not
also
because
on Ferrix. He's
he
also
is
on
on Ferrix
Ferrix.
during this. Okay.
Andor ends up seeing him.
Mm,
Like he has his
mm,
fucking hoodie on. He ends up seeing him.
mm.
He's like, "Oh shit, this dude tier two." It's like, "Why the fuck is he here?" Blah blah blah. And then, I guess, yeah, he ends up rescuing Bix,
Yep.
brings him to the ship. Then, like you said, he goes to confront Luthen, and then boom,
And that's the final scene. So
and
yeah,
that's
that's
it. And
us.
then after, well,
Oh,
not after credit, but mid credit, where they show the parts that they built ends up being the Death Star.
in the Death Star
And
weapon
yes, and
specifically. Yeah, yeah.
the the irony is incredible because just like Cassian is fucking building the very thing that kills him,
So cool.
essentially. So I love that.
Such
I
a
thought that
smart
was
thing to
so
do.
dope. Yeah.
Because it adds to the feel of it for him to go to jail,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we have the Ocean 11 scene. So
Yep.
there's the break in, and then you have this break in. Now you really get to see more of again the bureaucracy that the fucking Empire is. Like you see it throughout the whole fucking show.
Yeah.
They're so annoying with every
Yep.
way they do everything, the way they fucking prosecute people to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it also gives them an opportunity to essentially touch things that are going to be in the Death Star. He's
Yeah.
helping build the Death Star. So that was just a very clever way of tying him to the Death Star and just getting
Mm-hmm.
us to see another angle of what the Empire does. Because They're, they're an empire, government, fucking military, but they're also justice system. They're also a jail.
Yeah.
They're also factories, right? Because they have
Hmm.
to build ships and weapons and armor and fucking Death Stars. So the whole thing is just
Did they ever
it's just beautifully
show?
done.
Did they ever? I think this is the first time they introduced the what is it? The Imperial Security Bureau, where they show like obviously the chick that ends up taking over the whole plan to capture Andor. Um, I think this is the first time they show that bureau. I don't think they really showed that in the
Yeah,
movies, or like maybe they mentioned it in
it
books
don't
because the
books.
lore of fucking Star Wars is fucking crazy. So I can't keep
Yeah.
up with that shit, and I
And you
never
also have
will.
all those animated series. I think there is a
Yeah, so I'm
Rebels
sure they
animated
did,
series,
but
so that's probably in there. But yeah, because that's essentially where you have to go, right? If you want to learn
yeah.
more about the Empire, like how does certain things operate,
Hmm.
because you only really see the military, because that's who the
Yeah.
Rebels are usually interacting with.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, all in all, again, it was slow getting into it because they're introducing all these characters. They're not just you know bringing you into Cassian's background, but all those Empire characters, Luthen's character, the
Hmm.
redheaded lady's character, all these people. But then once it finally gets into the action of it, right? The fucking shootout scene in the warehouse,
Yep.
the fucking
The
garrison
heist
break
and
in,
shit. Yep.
the jail, the fucking rebellion, all these little fights, a fucking that ship fight. We have to bring that ship fight again, bro, with Luthen. When they're like
Man.
they have the what's it called? The tractor beam pulling him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
he's trying to run away. He's like, there's no way he's gonna get away in that small
Yeah. He's
ship.
like,
And he just starts boom, boom, and you
yep.
just see it getting pulled.
Bro, my heart was
Fire,
pounding,
bro.
bro. My
So
heart,
good because he's
honestly, my
still
heart was
talking to him.
pounding that scene where he's just like, "No, don't worry, hold on, give me a second. I'm just
Yeah.
forgot what he said he was." And
He's making some plane
man,
bullshit. He's like,
yeah,
oh, the thing is not,
and he's just waiting for this shit to boot up, and oh man, so
so
good.
good. And then he fights them, like fucking cuts the
Because I'm
ship in
like, how
half.
is he gonna escape this shit? I was like,
And
what?
that's the cool thing. I love scenes like that where you're not sure. This person's in
Yeah.
danger. Is all you're thinking, like, how's he
Hmm.
gonna do it? How's he gonna do it? And then he gets to show not only how much of a badass he is, but how clever he is, but also how cool he was.
Man,
Because
the
he was
coolest.
moving fast, but he's still like,
Yeah, he's still like
I get through
nonchalant.
this.
He's not
Like, I'm
nervous.
fucking getting out of here, bro. Fuck
Like
yeah.
yeah, I've
I'm
been
gonna
doing this
fucking
shit
listen to
for
you guys. I'm
years, bro.
out. Yeah, so dope. I love that
Man,
scene. So like the action was really good, and then again,
yeah.
being able to see the non-mythical, mystical aspect of
Hmm.
Star Wars. It's just the politics, the Game of Thrones aspect of it, the
Hmm.
trying to just survive. Because that's Andor's life. He's just trying to survive. He's just trying to stay off people's radar. People who have to pretend to be politicians. Some people have to pretend to run businesses, like all this shit. People hiding in fucking caves. Like
Hmm.
it's dope. You get to see a fuller version of Star Wars. And coming into the show, I did not expect to be talking so
Yeah.
excited about it, but I'm excited about it because not only was it a great project so far,
Hmm.
season 2 might be another great thing, and this is going to open a lot of doors of more dark Star Wars,
Yep.
right? Because the
I'm,
movies
I'm
are
hoping
silly.
that. I'm hoping. I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping, man, because it's
Yeah,
just like what it essentially this is what Mandalorian did,
I
right?
was just gonna fucking bring
Yeah,
up
like
Mandalorian. Yeah,
after
uh,
Mandalorian, that's it. Like they're fucking saving, Star Wars pretty much because no one liked, the last fucking three movies. Like it
we
was
don't
it
talk
was
about those.
a mess. Yeah, we don't talk about those.
Yeah,
That's
the
banned.
sequel trilogies
But yeah, it's just
enjoyable
like
here and there, but it's I hope
it's
it's not.
I like the direction they're going because it's like I forgot who said it, but they basically said like we're not focusing on trilogies anymore. We're focusing on
Cool.
character like story driven like movies and shows. So this is dope. This is one of the first ones, and I hope we see more of like this style in Star Wars because like
Yep.
it's like we said earlier, like this is Star Wars for adults, and I want more of this shit. You know, like,
Yep.
do I
Yeah, the
want to
shows
see
have really been
lightsabers in it?
encapsulating that.
Absolutely. Do I want to see
Yeah.
fucking Jedi fights?
We're
Yes,
gonna.
I do want to. But we
We're
don't
gonna.
need to.
Yeah.
Honestly, we
One
don't
one
need
fight
to.
would be cool. One cool little
We don't
lightsaber
need to.
fight in a moment where a
Yeah.
Jedi gets to help. But really what we want to
And
see,
honestly, I think they're
because we
gonna
don't.
keep. Yeah, I think they're gonna keep that. I mean to cut you off. I think they're gonna keep that with like Mandalorian and Boba Fett. I don't know if they're gonna continue Boba Fett or that was really
They should.
Mandalorian show, but
They should
whatever.
not.
but
They should
but I think
not.
they're gonna keep that over the top like fantasy, like you said,
Yeah,
like
keep that with.
mystical
Yeah.
side of Star Wars and Mandalorian, and with Andor and
Yeah.
wherever that this goes, they're gonna keep like the realistic, political, like dark fucking
Yeah, and letting the focus be the little guy,
yeah.
right? Not the super powerful chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
Not the person who destroys the Death Star, the person who does the final thing. Just the people doing the little things. Because the
Yep.
little things is what builds up that allows it, right? Because Luke Skywalker
Mm-hmm.
would not have been able to destroy the Death Star if it
If
wasn't
it
for
wasn't for
these
them, yeah,
characters. So that's
man.
what's so cool about it, man. It
Yep.
really is. So that's what gets me excited. And I think they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah,
Because
I think at least like one more season, because
yeah,
it's like
at least one more.
it's gonna obviously lead to Rogue One. It's
Mhm.
just like
Yes.
because I don't know how many years like prior is this to
They don't
Rogue One,
say,
but they don't really. Yeah,
but
exactly. They don't
I'm
say, but
I could see them doing like 3 seasons because there's a lot of characters that they haven't even given us backgrounds
yeah,
on. The Asian guys we haven't seen, so it's like they got to
yeah, that's
introduce those
true.
characters too if they want to, right? And maybe
Yeah.
bring them all together at some point, which I think
Hmm.
would be clever. And look, and even when this show is done, they can do something after after holy shit, I completely forgot the name.
After
Damn, I'm very
the
disappointed
last
in
the
myself.
last movie,
Yeah, that I'm upset with myself. I'm deleting this whole fucking shit right now.
Rise of the Skywalker.
Return of the Jedi. Rise of the Skywalker.
Oh
Return of the Jedi. Um, number 6. So
yeah.
we'll also they can do a lot of series for after that too, where you
Hmm.
have again just the workings of how you get rid of an empire and how you rebuild the new world. So we are
Yeah.
probably going to be seeing this shit forever because this universe is so good. And this is my point of why I love this show is because it doesn't feel like Star Wars, but you still see the technology there. You see the
Hmm.
races, the of different aliens there, the cultures. So it's just so cool being able to see that in a show. And I
Also,
don't,
what's cool
I
is I was gonna say what was cool was seeing like the tech in the show, like all the tech, like how it's aesthetically is just like the first, well, the original trilogy,
the original
where it's
trilogy. Yeah.
like it's futuristic but it looks like 70s. Like I
Yeah,
love how
because
they did
because it's
that.
that
It was so
they have
good,
to
so
keep
good.
that.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I love
they're
that.
closer to that time. Yeah,
Hmm.
there was like a technology shift between
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. They say it's 20 years in
Hmm.
between, so a lot can happen. And I don't know how far in between it is in between the whole thing. It's probably shortly before. It's probably like
Probably,
a couple
yeah.
years before. Um, but yeah, there's just so much room there. Like we could still see
So
another
much for
Obi-Wan
room, man.
series. Darth Maul in between. That again, that's more on the mythical end. Um, Han Solo, they did that prequel. I didn't really care for that.
Yeah,
But
then
doing more
I
of
saw
those
it
things
once
they can
though,
easily do.
so
Yeah, I
I
could
don't
always
know.
give it another try, but you know what it
Yeah.
is sometimes. You see what
Hmm.
you see what
Yeah,
they're doing. You know what they're up
yeah,
to.
we know.
You fucking yeah.
Yeah,
But that's I
facts.
don't think I got any more to say about it.
Yeah, I think overall, like this was one of my favorite like Star Wars projects. Like I think this shit was better than the
Funny,
fucking
bro.
last three movies that fucking came out. Honestly,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. I'm good for on trilogies
man,
for a while. Let them fucking figure that shit out again.
I hope like they continue in this direction with Star Wars. Like I love after Mandalorian, that's it. Like I'm
Mandalorian,
excited
and
for Star Wars,
that's what I want
bro.
to talk about next. I want to talk about
We
what
should
not today,
absolutely.
because I got
Yeah,
to run, but
yeah, yeah.
soon we'll record a trailer for
Hmm.
Mandalorian. We can even talk about the first two seasons a little bit because
Yeah,
holy
yep.
fucking shit,
Man,
Mandalorian! Like Rob, who's not even a big Star Wars fan, like Mandalorian. You know what I mean? He
and you
fucking
don't
hates on
have to
Star
be,
Wars.
bro. You
Yeah,
don't
because
have
it's
to be.
just
He
the
he
character's dope.
honestly, I think Rob would probably love Andor. Like
He
you,
was asking me
I
about it.
don't,
That's what he's one of the reasons I watched it because he's asking me, he's like, "Yo, what's Andor? What's that about? A Star Wars show?" I'm like, "I don't like it." And he's like, "Yeah, I was hearing good things." I'm like, "What the fuck? That's crazy." Because him, out of all people,
bro.
I don't
Out of
expect
all
him to.
people, the biggest hater.
So yeah, so it was cool to see that. And I'm like, I should watch it. And then you were telling me
Yeah.
about it. I'm happy I did. I'm happy I did. And
Hmm.
you know, I say this. I feel like half these videos I do this where I bring up. I'm like, I think I'm just a lot pickier now. I'm a grumpier fucking
Yeah.
adult. I'm a fucking nerd rager. Why did they do it the way that I wanted them to do it?
And
What was
honestly,
yeah,
what helps too is talking about it because it's like you
yeah, it
remind yourself,
does.
like, wait, I did love that fucking scene. Holy shit! Now thinking
Right.
about it, like, fuck, Luthen was incredible.
That's my dude
Cassian
right
was
there.
incredible. Like,
Yep, yep,
so
yep.
it's fun. But yeah, bro, I fucking love this show. This shit was incredible. I can't wait for more. Man, what a show, bro. What a show.
Nine out of 10 Death Stars.
9.5.
9.5.
9.5
9.5
out of 10
parsecs on the Kessel Run.
parsecs. Yo, for real, man. At least
Yo,
for
for
me,
real. I'm happy. Thank you for the
9.5.
motivation to watch it. Because I
Of
stopped.
course, bro.
I stopped
You
multiple
did. I
times.
remember you told
I
me.
stopped
I was
multiple
like,
times.
no, you got this,
Yo,
bro. Do it.
dude, I
Do
fucking
it.
unsubscribed from Disney Plus. I was like, I'm done with this. This was right after She-Hulk. I stopped
Yeah.
watching Andor. I'm like 2 episodes in. I'm like, nope, I'm
Oh,
fucking unsubscribing.
man.
But I got back in. I got back, and I'm
Man.
happy. I apologize, people at Disney Plus and fucking Star Wars,
The
because
Star Wars
that was an
fans.
impressive project. Because that last trilogy, and it's funny how many times we go back to that. It was such a
Man.
disappointment. It was such a wasted opportunity where they fucking had Harrison Ford and Mark fucking Hamill and Carrie Fisher available, and now Carrie Fisher's gone. So there
Gone.
is no more like, hey, let's bring in the old cast.
Bro, her
No, they
last
wasted that
movie.
fucking opportunity
Her
on that
last
fucking
movie
garbage. They
was.
gave her a whack fucking scene. They almost
Oh
gave her a
my
good death scene. They
God.
took it back, gave her a bad scene, and it's like,
They really
come
did that to
on,
that poor
come
lady, man.
on.
This dude should have fucking taken her and what's his name? The dude that fucking saved the Star Wars universe right now.
The like a
He
director? I don't know.
fucking
I
yeah,
don't know
he
that
but
type of
he also
stuff.
he did Iron Man. He did Iron Man, he did
Oh, Robert Downey Jr.
him, Kevin Feige. His fucking name, bro. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking
I got
about.
it. I got it. I got
Yeah,
it.
you know
Dave
what I'm talking
Filoni?
about. But whatever. He who?
Dave Filoni? I
It's
don't know.
it's him, but
I'm
it's
just throwing
also
a name.
some
I don't know.
it's
That's just a name I see because
you
it's
know
like when
you know
I'm
what I'm talking
scrolling.
about.
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna find it.
put
Give me
in the
just a second.
comments, my people. Let
Yeah,
us
put it in the comments,
know.
bro.
I know you guys
All
were
right,
excited
let
to
us
talk about
know.
it. Let
Let
us
us
know.
know what
Show
you
off.
think. Let
Keep the
us know what you
conversation
think.
going.
Let
The
us know
show's
what you
fire.
love.
I
Let us
want
know what you
more.
hate.
Mandalorian
More,
coming back
more, more,
soon.
man.
Boba Fett coming
Please.
back. I'm excited. Yeah, best show.
Woo!
We got to talk about Boba Fett next. Anything else? Anything else?
Wow, the
Anything else?
best
Anything else?
show. The best show. Man, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find that shit before we fucking. Oh my god, it's not here. That's funny. Taika Waititi did a episode. Do you remember that? Wow, lightsabers
And
are
on
in
and,
Ender.
and yeah, and in tribute to No Lightsabers in Andor, he had an episode in there. Taiki.
Yeah, he did an episode in Mandalorian.
I did not catch
I don't
that,
know if
but it
you
was
know.
good.
You know
That is
he played a droid. He played the droid that died.
yes, he did. I
Yeah, so
caught
I
the
think that
voice. I
episode. I
caught
think
the
it was
voice.
that episode he did.
Um,
Yeah,
that's one thing that I don't know how my brain does it, but I pick up the pattern
it's
recognition.
just
I
like
did know
boom.
Taiki was in
Yeah.
there. Yes, yeah, he's always got to put himself in. Fucking
Always, man.
narcissist.
Shit, I would too
All
if I was the director, bro.
right, I'd be the main character if I was the director.
Oh man,
but,
yeah, but Andor
but
was
I
great, man. I can't
yeah.
wait for more.
I'm excited. Yo, Kevin, my man, I love you, my brother. Thanks
Love you too,
for
man.
hyping me up.
Beautiful.
Thanks for talking to me about it, getting all this out into the world. Shout out to you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you guys think. Let's keep the conversation going. We could always talk about predictions in the future, where we think the show's gonna go and stuff like that. Let us know if you want to watch that. And that's it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun,
dun.
dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
That's so accurate.
dun,
You
dun,
got
dun,
it.
dun, dun, dun. Yeehaw!
Adios.